Coming up in this Brightline construction update, this update looks at the progress in Indian River and St. Lucie counties. My recent series of construction videos have covered the work double tracking the Florida East Coast Railway in Brevard County, and I continue working south in this video. I'll start in Sebastian and work south through Vero Beach, Fort Pierce, before ending just north Jensen Beach Road. Crews are still working on brush clearing in this area. New signal equipment and crossing protection have been installed here at Old Dixie Highway. Next will be the area from Wabasso down through Gifford. New intermediate signals are up south of 85th Street. The start of construction here in Indian River County was delayed due to some legal challenges, so the progress is behind the rest of the project. Fortunately, it should proceed fairly quickly since there are not any major structures that need to be built or modified. A new crossover will be built here. This is the first crossing to be rebuilt here in Indian River County. This pad was recently built for the impending arrival of a crane to build a new bridge here over the South Canal. This area is another staging area for materials for another new crossover. In Vero Beach, a crane is on a temporary trestle at Main Canal as work to replace this bridge begins. We'll now move south of Vero Beach into St. Lucie County in the area north of Indrio Road. Brush clearing is still progressing in this area. The Michigan Street crossing was one of the first rebuilt to add the second track in this area. Here's a look from the air at the progress in this area. Crews have had to build up the area on the left to work from. The existing main line will be shifted to the left here slightly. On the right here is the Indrio team track. This track is used to store maintenance equipment and can be used for the occasional special load. In the distance is the Wabasso Road crossing. You can see how the existing track was shifted right to meet the new alignment that the crossing has been built for. We are now flying back north. Clearing work is still progressing north of Michigan Street. New rail has been staged on either side of the tracks here. And here's a bit of an engineer's eye view flying down the track. We'll now look at the area from here on Michigan Street to the North Beach Causeway. Here is the recently rebuilt Wabasso Road crossing. Torpy Street will be one of the next crossings to be rebuilt. A new signal bungalow has already been installed. Here is some panel track ready to be installed on the crossing. Crews were actively working to rebuild the Chamberlain Boulevard crossing when I filmed this. We'll now head to the sky over the Florida East Coast Railway's Fort Pierce Yard. On the north end of the yard is the Rockla concrete tie plant, where all of the ties for the project are being manufactured. The ties are stored here until they are shipped out either by road or rail. All of the ties are made in this small warehouse in the corner of the facility. As I was flying, this FEC yard job was switching some cars around. Next to the Rockcliffe facility is the FEC's Fort Pierce Intermodal Terminal. And then here on the south end is the main yard. This yard is going to be partially reconfigured over the coming months as part of the construction activities through this area. Next, we will head south to Midway Road. We are looking north toward Fort Pierce here. The current siding leading to the Fort Pierce yard begins just north of the crossing. Looking south now, and this area will become the future CP White City. The ties that are laid out are for the second main line, and where the pieces of rail are sitting is where the new extended lead into the Fort Pierce yard will go. You can see where the lead will break off of the second main line here. This location also has a full crossover with a turnout for the lead in between the two parts. Two new signals are up here on the south end. And here is the new signal bridge on the north end. It will control movements on the two main lines and yard lead headed south into the crossovers. Ties and other supplies are being staged here near the Midway Road crossing. We'll finish heading down to the Walton Road crossing. To the south of the crossing, the right-of-way is ready for track to be laid, and it very well could by the time this is published. We are now flying north towards the Walton Road crossing. North of the crossing is also ready for the second track to be laid. In the distance is the CP Port St. Lucie crossover. And here's a look at the upgraded Walton Road crossing, where new protection has been installed along with sidewalks. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Also check out my social media pages.